I've been saying you can do everything right and get out, and you can do everything wrong and get a hit. And it just happened to cooperate. And
Ever wonder what it's like when the baseball gods decide to make history in a single night? What if I told you one player just had a performance so unbelievable it almost defied the very nature of America's favorite pastime? You won't believe what happened. And that's just the tip of the iceberg in today's Baseball Extra. Welcome to Baseball Extra, your ultimate destination for everything happening in the world of baseball. I'm your host, and today is all about those moments that make us remember why we love this game. It's Friday, August 29th, and we're diving deep into the biggest stories, the most incredible plays, and the heart-pounding finishes that define our sport. Get ready, because we're about to knock it out of the park. You know, in baseball, there are days when you do everything perfectly and still strike out. And then there are those magical nights when every swing, even the imperfect ones, turns into pure gold. It's the beautiful, unpredictable dance of the diamond, and no one exemplified that more this week than Kyle Schwarber. Heading into Thursday night, Kyle was in a bit of a cold spell, 0 for his last 20 at-bats. He was just 2 outs away from the longest hitless streak of his entire career. You had to wonder, could he break free against the Braves and their recent waiver wire pickup, Cal Quantrill? Well, folks, in the very first inning, with the Phillies already down 3-0, Schwarber stepped up to the plate and delivered this absolute moonshot. That one was absolutely smoked, his 46th of the season. Now, he did fly out in the bottom of the second, but you could tell he was hitting the ball with authority. Maybe that swing was finally starting to click. Then, in the bottom of the fourth, he came up again, and guess what happened? Another one, drilled deep to right field. His second home run of the night, number 47 on the season. We were all thinking, all right, Kyle, welcome back to form. A couple of homers to get you back on track. But wait a minute. It was the very next inning, and he was up again. Could he possibly do it a third time? You had to see it to believe it. He went the opposite way. It carried beautifully. Folks, that was his third home run. Goodness gracious, Kyle Schwarber. This marked Schwarber's fourth career three-homer game, and mind you, it was only the fifth inning. The score was already 15-3 by this point. Now, here at Baseball Extra, we love our long balls, and we'd already seen 24 three-homer games this season from sluggers like Nick Kurtz and Eugenio Suarez, but never four in a single game from one player. Right? You just knew it couldn't happen again. Or could it? Deep to right field, he has done ITA three-run home run. This incredible feat made him only the 21st player in all of baseball history to hit 4 home runs in a single game. He's the fourth Philly to do it, and the first since the legendary Mike Schmidt in 1976. Kyle, what have you unleashed? Schwarber now had 4 homers, pushing him to 49 on the season and a staggering 9 RBIs on the night, bringing his total to 119 for the year. And here's the best part, the moment that had everyone on the edge of their seats. In the bottom of the 8th inning, he came up to the plate again. And who was on the mound for the Braves? Their second baseman, Vidal Brogdon. Schwarber had a chance to become the first player in MLB history to hit 5 homers in a single game. You didn't think he'd dare, did you? And the call is a catch. He had to settle for a 4-homer, 9 RBI night. The final score was 19-4, a truly dominant performance. Schwarber is now just 1 homer away from his first 50-homer season, and frankly, I'm a little afraid to finish this segment in case he hits a couple more bombs in his sleep. What an incredible display of power hitting. Now, shifting gears from historic hitting to a battle for pitching supremacy, the Al Cy Young race is heating up between the Tigers' Tarik Skubal and the Red Sox's Garrett Crochet. This race looks like it's going right down to the wire. Skubal, who won the Cy Young and the pitching Triple Crown last year, might even have better numbers this season if you look past his win-loss record. But Crochet is nearly matching him pitch for pitch, and he has a legitimate chance to win the pitching Triple Crown himself this year. He came in to start against the Orioles on Thursday needing only 6 strikeouts and a tenth of a run and error to catch Skubal. So, how did he do? Well, he caught up to Skubal in strikeouts with 7 and pitched as brilliantly as you'd expect, giving up just 2 runs in 6 innings. However, he left with the game tied. But then, Roy Gonzalez stepped up to the plate with Roman Anthony in scoring position, and he wasted no time in untying that game. He throws, and Roy swings and grounds one into left field. Anthony comes to third, and it's 3-2 Red Sox. So, Crochet didn't get the win, but that 3-2 score was the final margin, giving the Red Sox their fourth straight victory. This pitching duel is going to be one to watch. After the break, we're going to preview the weekend's most exciting and compelling series, one that, unfortunately, won't involve Kyle Schwarber at all. Welcome back to Baseball Extra. This Labor Day weekend, we have an unexpected treat for you, a series between the two teams with the best records in baseball. This could very well be a World Series preview. Back on May 17th, the Brewers were 4 games under, 500 and in 4th place. Now, while they haven't quite put the Cubs away in the NL Central just yet, they are on pace for 100 wins, which would be the first 100-win season in franchise history. And the fact that they're doing it in the year they're honoring the late, great Bob Uecker, it just feels right. Uecker would have absolutely adored this team. Meanwhile, the Toronto Blue Jays, a franchise that about a year ago seemed to be staring into the abyss, in danger of losing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and looking like their competitive window was closing after an era without a single playoff win. But then they signed Vlad Jr. to an extension, got a resurgence from George Springer, and hey, have you seen Max Scherzer lately? This may just be the year Jays fans have been waiting for. And this weekend, these two stunning teams, who took their own different, unconventional, but incredibly effective routes to the top of the standings, face off against each other north of the border. The Blue Jays are putting their best pitching arm forward with Shane Bieber on Friday, Kevin Gausman on Saturday, and Max Scherzer on Sunday. The Brewers counter with Freddie Peralta on Friday, Quinn Priester on Saturday, and Brandon Woodruff on Sunday. Now that I've totally set you up with the whole Brewers are the best team in baseball business, I should probably tell you that they lost on Thursday. The Diamondbacks beat them 6-4, scoring all 6 runs off Jose Quintana in his worst start of the year. The Brewers, since winning 14 in a row, have now lost 8 of their last 13. Don't worry though, here at Baseball Extra, we still think they're awesome. This series is a true test of team dynamics. It's time for the Baseball Extra whip around. Let's hit the bases with some quick updates. There you go. Drive deep to right. He got a lot of that one. That baby's gone. Home run. Trent Grisham. That homer, the one you just heard, was Trent Grisham's 27th of the year. But more importantly, it was the Yankees' third of the night against the White Sox, giving the Yankees their 33rd homer in their last 10 games, tying the MLB record for most homers in a 10-game span. The Yankees ended up winning 10-4. The Mets, fresh off celebrating their series sweep over the Phillies earlier this week, promptly lost to the Marlins. Miami scored 7 runs, but only 2 of them were earned, thanks to 3 ugly Mets errors, as the Marlins won 7-4. The Mets fall back to 5 games behind the Phillies with the loss, which is this close to being the exact number of homers Kyle Schwarber hit on Thursday. Walk-off alert. Throws, swing, a drive to right field, base hit. Here comes Cross heading home. Here comes the throw, and over. The Giants have swept the Cubs. The Giants are starting to enjoy themselves again. Young-Hoo Lee singled home Christian Coast in the bottom of the 9th as the Giants beat the Cubs 4-3, completing a 3-game sweep. The Giants have now won 5 in a row, while the Cubs suffered their first sweep in a series of 3 games or more all season. Christian Walker had 2 homers and Jose Altuve had 1 as the Astros saved themselves the indignity of losing a series to the Rockies by beating Colorado 4-3. And I will have you know, in fact, watched every single pitch of the Cardinals-Pirates game on Thursday afternoon, every single one. Anyway, Jordan Walker hit his 5th homer of the year, and the Redbirds salvaged the series split with a 4-1 victory. And that's all for today's Baseball Extra. Thank you for tuning in and making us part of your daily baseball fix. If you enjoyed this dive into the latest action, please do us a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the Baseball Extra channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another moment of the action. Tell all your friends and fellow baseball enthusiasts about Baseball Extra, because the more, the merrier in our baseball family. Anthony Kasowitz will be with you on Monday, Labor Day, and I will return to you next Friday. Enjoy your holiday weekend. And if you're one of those humans who likes to mix a little college football into your baseball diet, enjoy your gridiron pursuits.